Hello and welcome to 6 Minute Maths, and in this short video we're going to look at how to calculate the area of a circle. And you might want to look at a previous video which I've put together, which is circle parts, which will certainly help you with calculating the area of a circle. Okay, so let's move to the first slide. So just a quick reminder, parts of a circle. The first one I'm going to go through is the midpoint, and the midpoint is the very centre of the circle. Then I'm going to look at the radius. The radius is from the centre of the circle to the edge, its circle's edge, which is called the circumference. So that's the radius, and it is always indicated with an R. And the other thing we need to know is that the diameter goes all the way through the centre point, the midpoint, and is double the radius. It goes all the way across from one side to the other, touching the circumference, but through the centre point. That's the diameter. Okay, let's just move over to the next slide now. There we are, let's see. So we'll just talk about the formula for the area of the circle now. And we use a symbol in maths called pi. And it's called pi as such, but the symbol looks like this. Sometimes slightly different, depends how it's drawn. This one's a bit more square. It was taken off Microsoft's symbols list. And pi equals a value. It's a particular value. If you were to calculate pi on the calculator, you've got a massive number there, 3.1415, blah, 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 blah. It's an infinite number. It goes on forever. So if you were using a GCSE paper, calculating on GCSE paper, and you would use a calculator to calculate that, you'd push your pi button to find out the value of pi, and then use it for whatever you need. For functional maths, you're given a value for pi, which is 3.14. So we don't have to use this infinite number. We're just given the first three digits, 3.14. And the area of a circle uses this formula. So remember, we've got a circle. And the area of a circle is pi r squared. So pi stands for 3.14. R stands for radius. And the 2 stands for twice. So the actual formula for calculating the area of a circle, let's just say the radius was 2 here, it would be 3.14 for pi times the radius times the radius. And in this quick example here, it would be 3.14 times by 2 times by 2, because the radius is 2. And that's it. That's the formula to calculate the area of a circle. So what I think we'll do now is we'll have a look at a couple of examples on the next slide. There we go. Just get my pen. Just another reminder, pi is 3.14 times the radius times the radius. So looking at this first example here, we've got a radius of 5 centimetres. So our formula to work out the area of this circle would be 3.14 times the radius, which is 3.14 times by 5 times by 5. And I'm going to quickly click on my calculator here. There it is. Just move it over a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Right, okay, so we'll do it as 3.14. 3.14. Start again. It didn't wake up. 3.14 times by 5 times by 5 gives me an answer of 78.5. So it would be, the area of that circle would be 78.5 centimetres squared. Don't forget to put that 2 in. Really important. You might drop marks on that if you don't put that in. Let's just go back to that particular question and use it with the calculator and the formula in the calculator. So I'll click on my pi value, times it by 5, times it by 5, and my answer is 78.53. And there's lots of numbers after that, so it's very close. Yeah, we're just using a 5.3. That's on the calculator. All right, let's look at the second one. So the second one, 4 centimeters. So the formula, same thing, 3.14 times the radius, and the radius in this example is 4. So 3.14 times by 4 times by 4 will give us the value that we need to find. Just clear that off. 3.14 times by 4 times by 4 is 50.24. I'll just make a note of that. 50.24 centimeters squared. And once again, if it was using the calculator method with the full formula, it'd be pi times by 4 times by 4, and it comes at 50.26. So it's slightly different. 50.26. Wouldn't worry about that if it's done on the calculator or by hand. The examiners, the markers of your assessment paper, will take that into account depending on the qualification that you're working towards. Okay, example 3, we've got 12 centimeters, but 12 centimeters, and that's the diameter. That's all the way across. And when we're working out the formula for area, it's 3.14 times by the radius times by the radius. Don't be tempted to times it by the diameter. Times it by the radius, and I'll explain why in a second. Yeah, so 3.14 times by 6 times by 6, because the radius is half the diameter, so it's 6, and I'll just do that one. 3.14 times by 6 times by 6 gives me a value of 113.04. 113.04. Okay, let's just see what happens if we do make that error and times it by the diameter. Cancel. 3.14 times by 12. Different answer altogether, yeah? Because we're multiplying on a value and then multiplying the answer by that value again, so it increases in size. So the answer is 113.04. Okay, and that's my short video complete. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and stay safe.